This is a 1966 Chevrolet Corvair limited edition convertible, and we just pulled it out of the barn, or I say barn, you know, not a real barn I guess, but the garage. Elderly gentleman owned. The man that owned this car is a very, very nice older gentleman, yeah, Vietnam and Korean War veteran. Just a super nice guy. The garage we took it out of was extremely clean, and he took very good care of his things. Very good care of all the things that he owned. I've got it sitting up here at the shop because the car hasn't been driven in about 6 years. So we drained the gas out today. Now, up until 6 years ago, this was basically his daily driver. He said he was driving it all the time, but about 6 years ago, just because of some circumstances in their life, they parked it. And then about a year ago, they put some new tires on it. He always kept the registration on it, so we always have updated, up-to-date registration. And just a great guy. And this is the kind of vehicle, you know, that you want to find. Good looking door panels, a little tear there. Overall, the car is in great shape. The seats were recovered in the front maybe a couple of years ago, and the back seat's original. The back seat has like one little blemish right there, a little glue or something, maybe able to clean up actually. Dashboard's in really good shape with this, only one small crack right there. Now they did a rivet on, you know, these guys were old school and they riveted on all the car shows they were going to. So the carpet looks really great. The interior looks really good. Very, very presentable door panels. Windows are all up and down great. It's got a new top on it that was put on about 6 years ago, 7 years ago, and it's still got the original tonneau cover on there. So the paint is in really good shape for its age. It's got a couple of little dings. Overall, I would say right now as is a very nice driver. A couple of little bubbles and a couple of little bubbles down here. Some very minor rust probably down there in the lower back of the quarter and on the bottom of the door. Keep on going around and see if I find anything else. The rest of the body looks super straight. Two tiny little bubbles right there. I mean, these aren't things you notice when you're even 5 feet away from the car. In that little spot, same here as on the other side. Inside the trunk, I mean, it just looks like this is an old man car, and you know, I love old man cars. So inside the trunk, you know, all of the owner's manuals in a box, the original jack, a budge, really nice cover for the car, super clean. I mean, this has not been detailed or anything. We literally just pulled it out. In fact, I mean, what I mean is the car doesn't even run and drive right now. But the last time that it was driven, it was a daily driver. So the nice thing about cars like this is usually what you end up with is you end up with a vehicle that you rebuild the carburetors, put new spark plugs in it, change the oil, change the transmission fluid, put a brand new battery in it, and you've got a driver. Now the brakes need to be gone through as well. We did pull off some of the drums and the pads. The shoes on there look great, as well as the drums. They look like they're in great shape. So the system just needs to be gone through and bled out, and it should run fine. So for the gentleman that we got the car from said, if you tune it up and you get the brakes done, it should be a daily driver again with very, very minimal effort. It's got all the original stickers on it still. So super cool. So if you're into Corvairs, this is the kind of one that you're looking for. Underneath it, main part of the frame and all the underneath, everything looks really, really good. The only rust I see in it is it does have, I'll show you underneath real quick. Aside from the floor pans repairs, which is right there, and one on the other side. Aside from those spots, which are really, really small and easy, the entire car that we saw, I had it up on the trailer and climbed up underneath it, is completely rust free. So aside from those two floor pan spots that I'm showing you right now, I'd call the car 100% rust free. There's a panel right there that somebody riveted on the bottom. Other than that, extra clean. So what a great car. The Tires have good tread on them. And this is all original matching numbers. It's a 6-cylinder. It's got the push button automatic, or the shifter on the automatic with the shifter on the dash. The engine does turn over, and this is just like I said, this is a new arrival video, a preview video. So within the next week, if somebody wants to pop on this thing, if you're watching this video and you want to pop on this thing right now, I'm going to offer it up at a discounted price. I would call this a mechanic special. If you go through the brakes and you tune up this engine, you have a gorgeous daily driver. It doesn't need anything else. But if not, we're gonna go through the brakes. We're gonna get it fired up, and we're gonna start driving it, and the price is gonna go double. So, you know, or almost double. We'll probably go up another $3,000 or $4,000 on it. So, it's a great opportunity for somebody to buy this car, put a little mechanical work into it, and have a really cool, unique, old man owned, elderly gentleman owned car that's been taken good care of all of its life.